Right now, Tualatin is considering a ban or moratorium, at least, on medical marijuana shops. The Oregon Health Authority will issue licenses for them eventually. However, we found out it doesn't have the authority to tell local governments what businesses they should allow in their community. Many cities are citing federal law, which still considers all marijuana illegal. Now, we spoke with the Tualatin Mayor Lou Ogden. He tells us he's not against medical marijuana. However, he says the retail shops need to stay away from neighborhoods and kids. Now, Hillsboro is considering a similar ban, so we're digging deeper tonight to find out if the cities have the right to go against the will of Oregon voters. Watch for our live report coming up at 5.
Back in 1998, Oregon became the second state in the country to approve medical marijuana. Since then, dispensaries have popped up in many cities to distribute the drug, but that could all change soon. Chris Holmstrom is live in Washington County tonight, getting answers about this for us. Chris?
Kelly, I spoke to city leaders here in Hillsboro, and they tell me a temporary ban on medical marijuana dispensaries could go into effect as early tonight. And if that happens, they have 4 months to figure out what their next move will be. Whose idea is it to propose this temporary ban?
Well, we've been getting a lot of inquiries from the public, about a dozen right now, wondering what's happening. We've received 1 application. We've received 1 email inquiry. The rest have been phone calls.
I'm told a handful of Hillsboro residents contacted the city with questions about medical marijuana. Among those questions, whether dispensaries can legally operate here, and if so, where. The city wants to conduct community conversations on the issue, but until that's done, they're proposing a temporary ban on dispensaries within city limits. The move comes right before House Bill 3460 goes into effect. That law creates a legal registry of marijuana dispensaries, allowing people to apply for a license as long as they abide by zoning regulations. Some of those include being 1,000 feet from a school or 1,000 feet from another dispensary, and they must also be located in commercial, industrial, or agricultural areas. I tried talking to Mayor Jerry Willey about this proposal. I wanted to make sure the decision reflected the will of the community and would not violate state law. He was out of town, but his staff told me they are not shutting down the dispensary idea.
If nothing else is done at the end of 120 days, the state regulations will apply, and that's it, as they apply in every other city.
And tonight's city council meeting starts at 7 o'clock. Now, coming up on KOIN 6 News at 5:30, I pulled crime reports of 3 popular dispensaries in Multnomah County. I'll let you know what I find out. Reporting live in Hillsboro, I'm Chris Holmstrom, KOIN 6 News.
Thank you, Chris. Voters said they want it, so why are several Oregon cities now trying to ban the sale of medical marijuana? Tonight, we're digging for answers about why local governments are going against the will of the people. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 5:30. It's Tualatin, Gresham, Medford, Beaverton, and now Hillsboro.
All of them considering some sort of ban or moratorium on medical marijuana shops. We sent Chris Holmstrom to dig into the reasons behind the move. He is live in Hillsboro, where a ban could go into effect tonight. Chris?
That's right. If passed, I'm told that dispensaries will be banned in Hillsboro, but that will only last for about 4 months. After that, the city could see legal trouble.
Be fine with me. I'd be happy.
What are your reasons you're against it?
I don't think it's a very healthy thing.
I'm told a handful of Hillsboro residents contacted the city with questions about medical marijuana. The city wants to conduct community conversations on the issue, but until that's done, they're proposing a temporary ban on dispensaries within city limits. I tried talking to Mayor Jerry Willey about this proposal. He was out of town, but city staff says the decision is based on the community.
Whose idea is it to propose this temporary ban?
Well, we've been getting a lot of inquiries from the public, about a dozen right now, wondering what's happening.
The move comes right before House Bill 3460 goes into effect. The law creates a legal registry of marijuana dispensaries, allowing people to apply for a license as long as they abide by zoning regulations. But city staff assures me they are not shutting down the idea of dispensaries.
If nothing else is done at the end of 120 days, the state regulations will apply, and that's it, as they apply in every other city.
A big argument is that marijuana marijuana is dangerous and people will commit crimes with marijuana in their neighborhood. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, President Obama just said in a New Yorker article over the weekend that marijuana is safer than alcohol. And no one has ever died from an overdose of marijuana.
Paul Sanford is a marijuana advocate for Oregon NORML. He says dispensaries do not equal crime. We pulled crime stats for 3 dispensaries in Multnomah County. We found that crimes you see there are typical to crimes you would see at any business.
I think they're just misinformed about the impact that these dispensaries will have, because having a lot of really sick people go into these businesses don't pose any sort of threat to their neighborhoods.
And tonight's City Council meeting starts at 7 p.m. We'll let you know what happened tonight on KOIN 6 News at 11. Reporting live from Hillsboro, I'm Chris Holmstrom, KOIN 6 News.
So many things to consider. Thank you, sir.